Hey, what's up guys, OSG here with another video, and today we'll be looking at 10 games where the Sega Master System kicked the Mega Drive's ass. I use that term loosely in some of these, but a few of them the 8-bit destroys its 16-bit brother. Obviously graphics wise it's hard for the Master System to win, but gameplay is always king, and for me these games are a lot better. So for this one, with me not being Sega based, I enlisted the help of Scott, Sega Zombie, and we had a good discussion. Some we couldn't agree on, but I've gone with my personal experiences while playing this shortlist. Before we start though, I think it's only fair to promote Scott's channel, Sega Zombie, where you can see all things Sega and just retro in general. This guy loves retro and also runs a Retro Realm shop in Ipswich, which is well worth a visit if you're ever down that way. Anyway, get on over to his channel if you want to see some great Sega content. Okay, let's get on with it. So sit back, relax and watch 10 games where the Master System kicked the Mega Drive's ass. First up we have Asterix and the Great Rescue. It's not very often where this 8-bit beats the 16-bit in this style. Literally everything about the Master System game is better than the lackluster game we got on the Mega Drive, and here is why. The Master System version is fun to play, while the Mega Drive version is more of a chore than anything else. The Master System version beats it in all departments apart from the graphics, which I have to say I actually prefer the 8-bit graphics more than the 16 bits on this one. Gameplay wise, the Master System is far superior and just flows, while the Mega Drive is clunky and, to be honest, is horrible. Mix that with a stupid time limit and you have a game that just ain't enjoyable on the Mega Drive, but the Master System is an absolute gem of a game. Next up we have Mickey Mouse Castle of Illusion. So this one's a weird one for me, as when I first saw this on my mate's Mega Drive I was blown away. And I'm not going to say that the Mega Drive game is crap, because in no way is it. It's a truly beautiful game with great gameplay. But after I saw it on the Mega Drive, I bought it for my Master System that I had at the time. And for me and many others, I know this version is superior in many ways. Graphically maybe no, in fact definitely not. But overall gameplay on the Master System version is better in my eyes, and a bit more complex to its 16-bit counterpart, giving a more challenging game. Like I say, people might say no way, but if you go and play both like I have, you might change your mind. They are both great games though. Up now we have Batman Returns. Again, graphically you might be fooled into thinking this is a good game on the Mega Drive, although it is maybe too dark even for Batman, but the Mega Drive gameplay is so boring it's unreal, and unlike the Mega CD version, the monotonous gameplay isn't broken up by the brilliant Batmobile stages, as they simply didn't do it in this version. Anyway, the Master System version is a truly great action platform game that has everything you expect from a Batman game. Its gameplay is fun and frantic from the off, fueled by a brilliant 8-bit soundtrack that makes you want to keep on playing, because games were meant to be fun, right? Next up is California Games. So California Games is a game that me and my mate will play on all systems depending whose house we were at the time, and I have to say that everyone loved it without mine on the Master System. Unlike the Mega Drive, this one has a full roster of events, with the Mega Drive actually missing the Frisbee event for some strange reason. On top of that, the controls are just that little bit better on the Master System, giving a much better experience, and although the graphics were better on the Mega Drive version, we hardly ever played that one after we had played the other versions. Epix really missed the trick, as it was a great party game. Clax is next, and this one holds great memories for me. My late mother, God rest her soul, used to love this on the Master System. She would play it for hours, and I have to say was better than I ever was at it. Years later she got a Mega Drive, and the first thing she asked was, is Clax on it? But when she played it, she would always end each game by saying, not as good as the other one, meaning the Master System version. There's something about the simplicity of the 8-bit version that makes it just that little bit better, and obviously for me a lot of nostalgia and memories of my mum before she died, as she would always be playing this game even into her late 70s. Next up we have Double Dragon. So Double Dragon is my favourite arcade game, and just about all the home ports were a letdown, especially the C64 version. Anyway, looks wise the Mega Drive version definitely has it right, but then there's the gameplay, which is too fast, very clunky and really not very fun at all. The Master System version however did it a little bit different. Looks wise it's definitely not what you would expect from Double Dragon, with the chunky little sprites, but the gameplay is really good for an 8-bit beat 'em up. The music is also nice, and when it's all said and done, you really feel like you're playing a Double Dragon game. Paperboy is next. So Paperboy was released on everything, but by the time it got to the Mega Drive it was a bit tired. It was released 1 year earlier on the Master System. Yeah, still 6 years after its release on arcade, but the Master System just seemed the right place for this type of game and was a lot of fun to play, even if the concept was dated. The Mega Drive version however is jerky and way too hard to actually enjoy. I mean, whoever actually made it to Friday on this version? Maybe this was one old game that should have never made it to the 16-bit. Next up is Predator 2. Up until I started researching for this list I had never played this game, but many people including Sega Zombie mentioned it as being better on the Master System, so off I went. I have to say that they are poles apart in terms of gameplay. The Mega Drive version is much more Merc style run and gun, but it's also clunky in movement and the bullet spread only seems to go in 4 directions. On top of that, it's very repetitive, and yes, I know games like this are, but this is just plain boring. The Master System version takes a different approach, with a 4-side scroll, but it still has multi-directional run and gun controls, and I think it flows much better. Fantasy Zone is next. So Fantasy Zone was a firm favourite of mine on the Master System, and it's one game that Sega Zombie immediately said when we were doing this list, but I didn't know there was a Mega Drive version, but there is, and it's called Super Fantasy Zone. So whilst the Mega Drive version looks more polished, the polishing can be somewhat overwhelming, with the backgrounds being too busy and actually starting to hurt my eyes after a while. Music is okay on the Mega Drive, but the Master System version feels much more like the original was designed to be like, and is one that I would always play over the two if I had the choice. And now, I left this one to last because I know it's going to cause some trouble, and that is Speedball 2 Brutal Deluxe. Okay, so me and Scott definitely didn't agree on this one, but I've asked him to revisit the game and judge it on the gameplay, because for me, under all the beautiful Bitmap Brothers 16-bit graphics, the gameplay for me is not as good as it is on the Master System. Like I say, I may be way off with this, and I've played all the Speedball 2 versions, so I know what to expect. And the Master System is a much more pleasant experience gameplay wise. You seem to have more control, more time with the ball before getting pummeled into the wall, etc. So all I ask is for you to go and play both, forget the graphics and even the sound, and see if you see what I do. Okay, that's it for this video. I'm preparing myself for a barrage of Sega fans telling me how wrong I am, but I can only judge from what I think of these games, and as with all my games, they are my personal experiences that make a game good for an individual. Let me know in the comments below what games you remember being better on the Master System and the Mega Drive. Please remember to drop this video a like and subscribe to my channel for more great retro content. Oh, and don't forget to check out Sega Zombie's channel, the link is in the description and at the end of this video. One more thing, if you would like to become a Patreon like these guys going up the screen right now, get on over to my Patreon channel where you can pledge for as little as $1 that will get you perks like your name in the end credits, video requests, giveaways and more in the future. Till next time, this is OSG, signing out.